Should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kickoff is moments away, so let's get you out to our commentators. And standing by for the call are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Fights through and now a crease. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A big one there for the Jag.
An early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And at that defense.
He's checking.
2nd and 11. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's good. On a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver downfield and who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense. You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. Himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this across midfield. On 2nd and short. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
In order to try and pick up a first down, they ran it and picked it up.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there.
6-6, pull it high. Switch it, come on, switch it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. After getting stuffed
to his coach prior to the game, he's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. And he's going to want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them. And now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays. So it's working really well.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind.
60 Pittsburgh.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. The quick slant caught. Still brings up a 4th and goal. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They're turned away. Momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation. We didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. They'll set up to throw.
Forced it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense takes over. Earlier we mentioned the injury to Jacoby Brissett in Week 9 against Pittsburgh. Remember, they were already without T.Y. Hilton, out for multiple weeks, injuring his calf in practice. And also center Ryan Kelly left the Steelers game as well. So the Colts now at 5-3, a little dinged up.
Yeah, to put a mini team. And look at what ended up happening. A lot of mistakes happened too. What do they call them? The cardiac Colts from last year? A pick 6, 2 lost fumbles, blocked for extra point, and they missed a potential game-winning field goal. So add it all together, there goes a 3-game win.
You mentioned the missed game-winning field goal. He hit the game winner in Week 8, but now he's just 14 of 19 on extra points and 12 of 17 on field goals. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Coming back out. CD, we've discussed Gardner Minshew, his game that he had Week 9 against Houston. A little bit of a struggle. Now, after the open week, the question is, will Nick Foles be ready to go? And if so, will he?
Overall. But when you look at the overall team record, you say, okay, hold up a second. Maybe we should go with the veteran guy. Because remember, 4 turnovers on 11 plays in the fourth quarter in the loss against Houston. This gives them the opportunity to bring back the guy that they brought in to be their starter in the first place, and that's Nick Foles. And I expect Nick Foles to be the starter with the next game.
So maybe a situation where if they were 6-3, you stick with them. They got to feel pretty good about what they're doing.
They should embrace the feeling they have now, embrace the way that they're playing, and continue that through the half. I know defensive coordinators, sometimes they overthink it, start wondering how they're going to be at 10. It's working.
The outlaw.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's in.
Well, hey, we talked about the AFC playoff picture. Let's look at the NFC. That's a different story. You've got Dallas and Philly neck and neck in the East. Then Green Bay, New Orleans, and San Francisco.
So the 6-3, they would be in as of right now. But the Rams, 5-3, Carolina, and whoever doesn't win the East, every game that's played, maybe even teams that aren't in the conference. Because if you lose to someone, anyone, it could knock you out of the race.
They'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that foot.
But maybe here, not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And this is taken as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. 2nd and 1. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Out to the 25. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left.
And he'll just push his way feed,
and they will receive the football. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. But first here to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now the ball comes loose, but this will fortunately wind up now for 3rd. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop it. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there.
Got to keep pounding away.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here. Time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher this game yourself?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down.
70, Indy.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he's corralled, but
that's in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back to throw here. For Marshall, that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a...
Hey, Orbit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
Easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
He'll get this down. He'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. Well, this is going to be a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that more of that.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. 2nd and 3. It's a short one here. Complete fence. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one went poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Give him 6 on the play. Lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's taken down inside the 30. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st.
It's such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0. Won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back.
And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back.
Expecting an onside kick. 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
And it's a fumble, and the Jags grab it.
It's run,
Schwani. And take this into the end zone. Touchdown. Jags continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs.
And hit behind the line.
And Lewis lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need.
Right back to him on first down. And he earned one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
In this one, despite the heavy workload, but you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They're going to be stopped up. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Give him 6 yards on the
solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get the first down and
getting stronger as this game moves along.
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.